Welcome to part 2 for Satoshi Kamaiya's partial pre-crease tutorial for his Pegasus B3 model. So if you managed to work your way through part 1, congratulations. Make sure to smash like and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps a lot. So now we are going to do the collapsing, but again this is partial collapsing, not the full collapse. I'm also using the diagram by Tosumeme, if that's how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if it isn't. But again, if you want to use that to make the rest, the link for the diagram can be found in the Origami Discord, which is in the description below. So make sure you join that and get the diagram so you can finish this model. Or if you want to challenge yourself, go with the crease pattern. It's not that difficult. Again, I'm not going to show you how to do it. So let's begin. Okay, right. Now, to make this, the first part of the collapse easier, I'm going to show on this simply because the paper is white and I've obviously not coloured in all the lines. The paper I'm using is Origami, white Origami. So I've had this paper for a while and never had an actual model to use for it, so thought there'd be a good choice. So basically what we're going to do is hold the crease pattern like this, and we're going to make the mountain fold all the way along on this line and on this line, and then make the valley fold in the centre. So basically we're going to be doing something like that. So I've got the crease pattern like this: mountain fold, and valley fold. Again, don't crease all the way through the parts where you don't need the creases. We're just doing this temporarily so we can get the collapse, get the paper set up for the collapse. So now we have this. Now if we flip it over, and what we're going to do is make a mountain fold on this crease, this crease, this crease, and this one behind it, which we can't see, as this one here. And what we're going to do is basically swivel this paper over like that and collapse this part, and then you can either tuck this paper inside if you've already got it pre-creased. If you haven't, just leave it loose, but make sure it's probably best to have it pre-creased so you can flatten it easily. So we're going to do that. So flip the paper over, and then mountain, mountain, mountain. Oh, beforehand, forgot to do this. We're going to make these creases first. So the long mountain fold, then the valley, then the mountain, then the valley. These creases are already pre-creased, and it's colour side up. I forgot to mention that. Colour side up when we're starting. So we have this, and again the same on the bottom. Make these 3 mountain folds. So we're going to do this. And then I'll just repeat it on this side. So we have this. Now we're going to turn the paper over and collapse this part just as I showed. So we're going to swing this part inside first. Basically make this long mountain fold. Then we are going to make this mountain fold, this one and this one. And then fold down. And then again, if you've got the paper pre-creased here, just tuck it inside and then wrap this over like so. Now repeat everything that we've just done here on this side. I'm going to show you, so do not worry. I want to make sure you get to the base or the end of this video as smoothly as possible. So I will do it on both sides. Same again, make the mountain fold, mountain, mountain, mountain. Swing this paper inside. Again, everything we do is on existing creases, so you shouldn't need to make any new ones. And then just fold down. Let me zoom in a wee bit if that helps. Wrong way. There. Fold this down. Again, if you've already got it pre-creased, good. Flip it over and then tuck it inside, like so. Okay, the next step is going to be a little bit tricky. What we're going to do is two things at once. Let me just collapse on this, zoom back out. Right, that's fine like that. What we're going to do is we are going to make use of this mountain fold, and this mountain fold, and this valley fold right here. So it lines up with that edge. So what we're going to do is bring this part up. We are going to push over this excess paper inside. I won't do it perfect on this because it's quite small, and we're going to repeat it on this side, and at the same time we will open it up, make this mountain fold and bring this paper together. I won't lie flat on this because it's not perfect, but we will basically do that on that side. So we are going to do that. Make the mountain fold, mountain, mountain, and then the valley fold. And swing the paper up. Again, we're using existing creases, you shouldn't make any new ones, in case yours doesn't lie flat for some reason. And then on the inside we push over this excess paper so it will lie flat, again on existing creases. And then what I'm going to do is turn it around and repeat it on this side. So that way, once we do this side, we can then collapse the centre. Easy. Easy peasy. So the same again. Mountain fold. Like that. It should feel as if it's lying flat, which is good and what you want. So you should have this. So the same should be here. Now we are going to open up the paper. And make this straight crease, the mountain fold, not these ones, the one that's straight. Then it's different. I don't think it matters which way it goes, if it goes left or right, because in the diagram it goes one way, and the crease pattern it's shown the other. So I don't think it matters, but I'm going to go ahead and make it go back like that. And again, before you actually fully flatten it, turn it around, open, make sure everything is lined up, because the last thing you want to do is squish it, then find out that it's not right, then you've just made a big mess. You've made a big boo-boo of the paper, so we don't want that. Now what we are going to do is make a mountain fold on this crease right here. Let me just try and put it together here. Right, Yeah, I think I'll do this side. Yeah, that's better. So we're going to make a mountain fold on this crease right here, and it's the crease that from this angled squash continues from. And we're going to fold it up till it's like that. So we're going to make that crease a mountain fold. And we're going to use this valley fold, which is right here, to bring the paper over. And we are going to make the mountain fold, we say mountain fold on this part. In fact, no, we won't actually make that same mountain fold, then it will be curved too much. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, we are going to open up this flap and unsync this unit right here. So this becomes the mountain fold, and then the two 45-degree creases are mountain folds, and if you're not sure which ones those are, so we basically do this. Then we make this mountain fold, mountain fold, mountain fold up the centre. So that's what we do here. So we are going to open up the paper. And as you can see, we have the mountain fold here, mountain fold, then the mountain fold straight up the centre. Now I'm hoping that you can actually follow this correctly. Not if I'm showing it right or not, but just the paper. I really don't like collapsing with in a way that you probably can't see the creases that well. So I'm hoping it is helping you. Right, so don't worry too much about this part. What we're going to do now is fold a mountain fold. We're going to flip this paper over and make this the mountain fold. So this mountain fold is the centre crease right here. What we're going to do is make that the mountain fold and then fold it down. And then, let me see, like that. And then this little swivel fold uses existing creases, so we are going to do that. So again, mountain fold on the centre crease and then mountain fold to the inside of the corner. This is the centre crease. And then the crease to the inside of the corner, or the point, which is right here. And then we are going to make a mountain fold and valley fold crease right here. And again collapse on existing creases. So you'll see that this swings right down. Like that. Then it won't lie flat until you do it on the other side. So we're going to flip it over and then I'll show you what it looks like and repeat it on this side. So again, the centre crease, and then the crease to the inside. And then we bring the paper, let me see, So I'm just trying to line this up like that. So yes, these parts get folded inside flat. Now I'm going to go off camera and just flatten all this out to make sure it's perfect, and then we will continue. Right, so it's all flat, which is good. And if you get here and you're wondering why it's not flat, the reason for me was this wasn't using the full valley fold, so that way, because it's not using the full valley fold, there was excess paper being pushed to the left, causing this to be slightly warped. But now that I've fixed that, I seem to have got rid of it. So make sure to check this out. Make sure it uses the full valley fold. Okay, so now I'll show you what you should have. Let's try and open up a wee bit. Okay, so what we can do now is we can do this wee part straightforward. Again, if you've already pre-creased it, great, you can do it right away. If not, then it's just bisector. So you should already have this pre-creased. It would make it much easier. So like that, and then you would half the distance again, and then align this edge up with this edge, and then we're just going to open sync in and out. Like that. Straightforward, simple. So we're going to do the exact same on this side. There. Now we can continue. Let me zoom up a wee bit. In fact, I'll leave it like this actually. So what we are going to do now is this squash fold. So if we open it up, we see we have this crease, and this crease. Where this wee point is, we will make the mountain fold straight up, and the mountain fold straight up on this side. So we're folding this edge behind, and we're making this mountain fold. And we're flattening it just here. So as you can see, hopefully, you should have this. Now this won't lie flat as it is because we need to look at the crease pattern, and we notice that this crease becomes the mountain fold. Again, everything lines up, so it alternates. So if we do that, again this mountain fold is just like that. And then if we bring this edge in and this edge in, we push this point inside, and we then make this crease here the valley fold, and this one here the valley fold, in between these flaps. So this closes, this gets pushed up. Now let me just see. Yeah. So if your paper is already like this, hold it here, then just push this in, and then bring this flap back down. Let me see, I had it a second ago. Yep, like that. Is that correct? Let me see. Over like that actually, yep. So we have this, and then we open up this wee part and then push this flap over. So we're basically pushing half the layers over and then just close it again. Pardon me. And then now you can unsink this paper so it lies flat. Pardon me. So we have that. Now this part will naturally lie flat, so don't worry if it's messy or not, but it should lie perfectly flat. Mine did. I pre-creased this all beforehand and it worked. But if you follow the diagram, you don't pre-crease this and it still works. So we're going to flip it over and repeat it on this side. We're going to fold this flap up. We're going to open it out. Again, make the mountain fold, and then the mountain fold. Then we're going to open up this part, and you see as you do that, that crease becomes the mountain fold. So we are going to push this part in, like so. I'm going to make this mountain fold first. And then, try and show this at an angle. Or like this, we've made the mountain fold. Remember the valley fold, then valley, valley. This part gets pushed in. Then make sure you use all the crease for it, otherwise it won't lie flat. Fold it over, and then before you try and squish it, fold this part up, this flap over, and then it should naturally lie flat. Like that. Again, don't worry if this crease doesn't line up with the centre. I don't think it matters too much. Mine doesn't. But there we go, we have done that, and then just, if you can, make sure it's symmetrical. Like lining up these creases, which is. Like that. So there we go. We are up to here. Now what we are going to do is, the last few steps for this partial pre-crease is fold over this layer. Like that. So we have one clean solid surface. Flip it over, do the same on this side. Again, when you do this, you use existing creases. Like so. Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to fold this flap over to the left. Like that, so it meets up with the centre crease, and again just flatten straight down like that, and then valley fold this top layer over to the left, and then basically repeat what we just done right here. So again, valley fold on this line to the right. like so. Now we are going to do it on the other side. So flip it over, exact same here. Valley fold this first layer over. Then valley fold this edge over. And then fold over this crease. Like so, and just as I happen to record, Looper has appeared. Come on. No. Can I get the camera? Now we are going to start collapsing this part. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to show all of it, but I'll show most of it and then you can finish the rest off. So we're going to basically start sinking in these parts. So we're going to make a mountain fold here, here, I'll show you in a second, here, 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 and then valley folds. Now this origami actually feels way too weak. This feels really thin. I'm not really sure if I like this paper. So I'm just going to do that. Also, I didn't pre-crease these when I went for it because I didn't plan to do it this way. So I don't actually have them. But this way is much better to do to get the actual base easier. So that's the first one, the same again here. So like that, and then we will do one more in here. And now we will basically move down a layer. So this one becomes the valley fold, and then mountain, mountain, then mountain. So like that. And then just repeat it on this side. Yeah, this paper definitely seems too weak. I ain't a fan of this so far. I've got 4 sheets of it. You've probably seen the video I made a while ago. Can't remember what I called it, but I showed the 4 sheets of origami that I bought. This is actually the first time using it. And so far it seems nice at first, but the more you pre-crease and then try to use those creases, it gets quite weak, I personally think. And then from here we're going to go down again. And then finally the last one. You just need to make the mountain fold, mountain and mountain, but in the diagram, let me just try and zoom in. I can't tell if this is supposed to be all the way over or just like here. I think that would be too less like that, so we're just going to basically collapse it as it is around it, because we're going to be undoing these layers in just a minute. Right. Let me see. That stays flat. These are definitely correct. I mean, that can't come down really too much. It could. Maybe I'll just shift it slightly, see if it works. So basically like that. So hopefully you've got this, and then we can continue. I'll show you the other side just in a second. Now we can continue. So I couldn't figure out what the person done in numbers 51 to 52. I really could not make out what he was doing, so I went ahead and continued with it off camera, and it still worked. So I have no idea what he done. I'll use the crease pattern at the end of the video to double check, make sure everything is correct. But it looks perfect anyway. So anyway, let's continue. So we have this. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky to show, simply because of the white paper. It would help if I coloured in all the lines. So what we're going to do is basically unfold everything that we've just done. And then, in fact, let me peg here first actually. This paper is so weak. I mean, even the creases are starting to become furry, which ain't good. Not a good sign for you, Origami. Anyway, I'll do it in a second. So we're going to open this up. Going to work on this part first. So where this crease comes and hits basically this line right here, we're going to change the direction from going this way straight down, and then make a mountain fold right here. And if you can or cannot see, this is where the transition units are, the first set of pardon me, the first set of transition units, so it goes through the first one. It's a wee half extended. So mountain, 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 valley, valley. Then just push this part in, extend this over, like so. Now, like that. Let me just try and peg this part, because it kept coming undone when I did it off camera, so if I can at least get it pegged to hold its shape, then that'll be brilliant. Okay, let's see if this works. So we have this. Now we are going to basically do the same thing on this one. I'm going to make this mountain fold, valley fold this over, then as you see we have another diagonal right here. So we will make this the mountain fold and then valley, valley. Like that, and then we will make a mountain fold on this one, which already is, and then again where that hits this diagonal, I'm going to make the mountain fold all the way down and all the way up. So we'll do this wee bit first. So like that. Now where it hits right here, we have to incorporate this squash into it, so make the left hand side first, and by pushing the paper, remember we want to use this valley fold to get it perfect. So we need to basically turn the paper around to push this part in, so we use that crease efficiently. And then once you have it, hold it in here and then just push the paper in. Don't worry too much about this part yet, we will come to it. I'll actually peg it right there, just to help hold it in place. Now if we get back to where we were, this is what we have. Now we are going to open up this part. Let me see, this one right here actually, and we are going to make this first transition unit. So as you see, if you can't look at the crease pattern to see what I'm talking about. It's the first transition unit from the bottom upwards. So we have diagonal here, diagonal, let me see, I think one there as well, not sure, not diagonal. So we've got basically this. We're going to make a mountain fold on this centre one first, and then the valley fold under it. Basically what we're doing here is the exact same as to what you do in Ryujin, and then fold it down, and then we will make mountain fold, valley, mountain fold straight down to the centre, and then a valley fold on that part, on that crease. Like that. I need to make this mountain fold again. Take this off actually. So in order to collapse this part flat, we need to make the valley fold here, that one focus, here and here. We just need to bring it, it was like that, from this angle, it was at that angle, and then we bring it down. And then fold over. like so. Then we will reincorporate this crease. I won't flatten everything like this, I will do it off camera just to make sure it's absolutely perfect. I don't want to rush it and do it right now. And then we will make this mountain fold back up. Good thing is you only do the transitions on this side, so there's none on this side, so it's just get them perfect here and you're good to go. But if you can't get them perfect, at least get these mountain folds and valley folds perfect, so the distance is the same. That way this gets hidden and then you see the nice pleats and after it, so this doesn't get seen, so don't worry about that. So we have that. Well, you should have this. And I'll show you from this angle as well, just so you can keep track of where the mountain folds are coming and what's happening. Okay, I'll repeg this and we'll finish off that wee bottom bit. So we are here. Now we just make a mountain fold on this centre crease and then the valley and valley. So these should already be made either through pre-creasing or when we first folded this part over, it creased through the sort of awkward angled creases. So you should have something like this. Pardon me, but again don't worry, it doesn't get seen. I mean, mine isn't perfect here and it's not going to be perfect there. So like that. I'll show you from the other side as well in case you're wondering what that looks like. Right, so now we are going to do basically the exact same, but it's a mirrored one, so the creases are slightly different. Try and zoom in for this. So it's just this part up here. So again, we're going to open up, make the mountain fold at the bottom, like that, and then when we come here we will have a triangle, hopefully it's in focus, triangle, triangle, and then the mountain fold here, which you should have. We were going to push this part down like that, and then make this this crease right here a mountain fold straight. So we need to sort of angle the paper for it. So we just need to push this part in. Oh, that's tricky to show on this paper. Or do I mean tricky to do? Lost where I was. So you basically need to angle it straight up, and then you make this mountain fold like that, so it lies flat. Again, it's easier with better paper, even though I'm saying that when I'm using origami. So like that. So make sure this part and focus. So it lies flat. So basically at 90 degrees holding the paper. Just check the other side. So you should have something like that. This part right here. And then once we do, we will reincorporate this mountain fold, mountain, and then mountain fold to meet up with the rest of the mountain folds. So I'm zooming out a wee bit. Again, don't worry too much if it's not perfectly neat, just hold it nice and tight and then push this back out, and then back down. We make this mounting fold just to help hold it in place. So like that. There. So you should have something like this. And then just make these last mountain and valley folds and just wrap over that like that for now. And then now we can collapse this part smoothly because we've lost these pleats. Although I don't know if it will collapse flat, I'm not sure yet. Oh yeah, well actually. It will. But I'm not going to collapse it flat right now because I need to do it on the other side. And yeah, basically look like that. So you should have something like this. Then you should already have these mountain folds, these zigzags right here, which when you fold and line up, they come over this. So I'm actually going to peg it here. We're going to do the exact same on the other side. I'm not going to do it off screen, I'm going to show you how to do it again. But I will try to. If I end up not being able to do it, and then I'll just cut. So we're going to unfold. Open this out. I'll go a wee bit quicker. Again, the mountain fold where it has the diagonal comes down the way. And then we make this mountain fold over. Oops, wait. Just double check, make sure. Yeah, that's right. Wait, is this right? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? No, there we go. No, it's not right. Right, we're back. I figured it out. I actually got confused over this flat. Right, so again we're going to make the mountain fold, and then the mountain fold. So we have the diagonal now. We're going to fold over this layer. Reform this diagonal. Again, this one. Wait, let me see. Yeah, once more. So we have the first three mountain folds. Well, technically the fourth one hits here and then comes down. You put this pleat in place, and then you'll bring up this part. Let me try and peg it. Yeah, I won't flatten that a bit, but I'll peg it here because it'll still stay in place. So we have this. Now we're going to undo the first one, make a mountain fold along this part, then fold down, and then make a crease like this. And remember, in order to collapse this flat, we bring it 90 degrees. Wait. Using the wrong crease. Let's make that the valley fold first. What's happening here? There. And then we make this mountain fold. Right, something's wrong. What is not right here? Why are you not right? Oh, there we go. So, like that. And then again you've got the pleat overlap here, you've got the part sunk in here, mountain fold up, mountain fold down. Now we're going to unfold it again, the next layer, and put the last one in place. Here it's here. Here's a mountain fold. And the valley. I'll do it this way, it's easier. And then remember we've got the triangle here. Zoom in. So we have triangle, triangle, or crease, crease. We make this the valley fold. And squash it at once. Like that, and then we make the mountain fold on this crease. So I'm going to get rid. Zoom out a wee bit. I'm going to get rid of this crease now just to try and make this easier. Where is it? Here. It doesn't want to flatten. So I've just done this part off camera, managed to get it nice and flat. So it should look like that. This part right here is in focus, there we go. Now again we will make this mountain fold and then mountain fold. Then holding these pleats in place, push out. And then make the mountain fold here, which basically locks everything together. And then we again make the rest of the mountain folds and valleys. Get rid of that. And then fold over like that. So I'm going to peg it here. I'm going to neaten up this part off camera, I'm going to flatten it all and then we will continue. So we are almost there, practically at the end of this video. So once you collapse this, we then, it was like this originally, we then incorporate these creases that we have made in pre-crease under, and then we remake this. And then we fold this over. Basically, it's easier if you close the leg in half and hold it like this. It's easier to control the paper. And then if we tuck, let me see. Yeah, so we need to remake this valley fold right here. And don't worry about this part, this is where it doesn't really matter. So I'm squishing these together because when you collapse it, it doesn't get seen, so don't worry about that. Am I zoomed in? Nope. And then just push it in until you get the valley fold, close over. And then as you do that, the wing obviously starts to puff out and become a wing. We're going to turn it around, and I've already done it on this side. So the same again, I've just squished here, fold it over, and then as you push that down, this puffs up. So 2 more things that we can do, and then I will end it. What you do after is just shape. So we are going to turn it around and then make this mountain fold that we did in pre-crease. And hopefully you have it, because this is the last point that you want to try and make this crease. And then just recollapse. The battery is quite low, so I will try and get this part done. So we have this. So repeat it on that side, but I'm not going to do it because I don't have time. In fact, let me see. But new battery, 20% left in this one, so that's good enough, so I don't need to rush this part. So we've done that on this side. Made this mountain fold. Do it on this side, and then I will do this leg first. So we're just basically going to unsync these flaps. So if we open this up and then pull out these layers, as neatly as possible and as gently as possible. I'm going to reform these creases on the outside first. And then tool. God damn it, it's showing low battery as well. Every time. Anyway, what we're going to do is just open sync on the existing creases. Like so. Repeat it on this side. Again, I will neaten all this off camera. So, like that. And then repeat it again here and here, which I will do off camera because my battery is very low. So the final part, we don't actually do it on this side, so I've actually cut that part out. So what we do is we sink this edge down to put it inside this edge. Again, you don't need to worry if it's neat or not. So I'm pretty sure it lines up with this diagonal, this crease right here. And then we sink it in and then fold over like that. Battery just died as I recorded that last part, so I need to try and do this quick. I have to change back to the other one which has got 6%. So you just push it in, where are we? Here. Again, don't worry if it doesn't look neat. Like that. And then make sure it's tucked in like this. And then just fold back over. Collapse everything as normal. Battery's flush and dead again. And there we go. That is basically it. You can follow the rest of the diagram to do the head and basically the final shape and touches. So that's it. If you managed, I need to say this last bit quickly, if you managed to make it, congratulations. Show me on Instagram, tag me on Twitter, Facebook, wherever, name it, show me your fold. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already. Leave a like,